Down to turn number 1 for the final time in season 2018 they go. All through there cleanly to start with. Out of turn number 2. No dramas so far. And the leader is Michael McCulloch from the pole position. Hart into second spot, followed by Jerzak. Then it's Howard as they start working their way through here. The opening circulation of 18 around this 1,117 metre, the Bend Motorsport Park Karting Stadium. For the first time ever we've raced on this circuit. The only internationally recognised karting circuit in Australia. Through the mojo set of turns they go. McCulloch's got the early race lead. We'll see if he can hold on to it right throughout. Bit going on at the back there. Reece Cohen trying to make his way forward. He got shuffled back in the order during the pre-final, which was held in the wet, dry conditions. Down through turn 1 they go at mojo. Very evenly matched at this point in time. This is very much Josh Hart country, the circuits that he has raced on throughout the world, very much in this vein. He is currently in second position aboard the Praga. Benny Jerzak right behind him in third position in fourth spot. Then is Tyler Howard. He'll be up for a big result this weekend. Or they've checked up a bit behind McCulloch here. So it could be on early in this one. Howard goes for the move for third. The Troy Farley Race Engines machine, he goes up into third position. Morrissey went for a move as well, but it didn't pay off. And he's sitting there in a fifth position. Very tightly bunched between our top 10 at the moment as they come back to the start, finish straight. Hart in the slipstream of McCulloch. He pulls out and down into turn number 1. Hart will take the lead through the first turn. They get to the second turn. Not much in it as they work their way through there. Howard sitting there in third position. In fourth place now is Lee Nicolau, the Sunday specialist. Look at him go, Lee Nicolau. The Victorian in the Shremick Racing, number 14. He's in position number 4. Then it's Morrissey, followed by Sirachi in 6th. Then Jerzak's been shuffled back to 7, with Jack Black in 8th. Josh Rogers in 9th, and Reece Cohen back in 10th position. So they work their way through the mojo corner. Hart leading the way. He wants to try and pull out on Mitchell McCulloch because he'll be worried about him longer term. In third position is Tyler Howard, having a great run. This will be great to see Howard get up onto the podium here at the grand final weekend of season 2018. Lee Nicolau sitting there right behind. Down through turn 1 and 2 they go again. Morrissey catching up to the rear of this battle for third and fourth. The man in fifth place is Marcello Sirachi at the moment. Sixth place, I should say. Drama, I think that might have been for Paul Pittam. Pace of the race just starting to settle down a little bit now. Through the mojo turns they go. The battle for fourth, fifth and sixth starting to intensify a little bit. Currently held down by Lee Nicolau. Further back, Cohen and Ford swapping positions. Ford getting in front of Reece Cohen. This could be critical from a points perspective. Jerzak was leading the series coming into the weekend. Cohen was second, and in third place was Josh Hart. There now are a number of positions that separate Josh Hart and Reece Cohen. So could Cohen be under a bit of pressure here from a points perspective? Working their way through up towards the top part of the racetrack. McCulloch's back to the lead. So McCulloch has moved back into the first placing in front of Josh Hart. In third position is Tyler Howard still, then Nicolau. Morrissey one further back, then the 93 of Sirachi. Jack Black starting to build some pace aboard the number 8, IKD Expree. Through the middle part of the circuit they go. Nicolau, he looks like he's ranging up to the tail of Tyler Howard here. McCulloch wanting to try and build some gap on Josh Hart for the end of the race. This will be the end of lap number 6 when they come across the line this time. Paul Pittam and Taylor Harness both out of commission in this one. Back to the front stretch they come. 12 laps left remaining. The orders McCulloch from Hart, then Howard, then Nicolau, Morrissey, Sirachi, Jack Black, Ben Jerzak, Josh Rogers, Liam Ford with the fastest lap of anyone. Longmore, Cohen and Stevanovic. So Cohen's back to 12th spot now. The JC cart, it's not working for him at the moment, but there is a very tightly bunched group not too far in front of him, which could make life interesting once they start squabbling. Cohen's a bit further back than what he would like at the moment. Our top four have a margin over the next group. There's our top four there. Headed up by Mitchell McCulloch. As we said, he's been absolutely supreme this weekend as they come back to the start finish straight. In Rotax, like thank you to DPE, Kart Superstore. Next weekend, open days at DPE Kart Superstore in Yatala. Friday and Saturday just by walking in the store. You can go into the draw to win a brand new Arrow chassis. Discounts right across everywhere. Through the right hand it goes. McCulloch, he leads the way. Josh Hart keeping him very, very honest in second position. Third position is still Tyler Howard. He's under pressure himself from Lee Nicolau. Nicolau with a sniff of the podium. We know that he'll do everything in his power to get up on the podium if he can. He'll be saving himself for a big finish over the second half of the race as they come down the front straightaway with 10 laps left to go. We're not even at half race distance yet. McCulloch leading by 0.169. Hart has picked up the pace this particular lap. You can see that he's a little bit closer. Howard starting to edge closer as well from third. Lee Nicolau going along for the ride at this point in time. Jack Black's got himself into sixth position. This is one of his finest performances so far, Jack Black, as they work their way through the middle part of the circuit and head up towards the Mojo complex of turns. Now Nicolau decides to go for third position. He gets past Tyler Howard, who's been there pretty much since the start of the race and has moved himself into that third position now, the Victorian for Schmick Racing. He'll keep an eye on what's going on in front of him now with Josh Hart and Michael McCulloch. Nicolau down over the steering wheel to try and maximise his aerodynamic efficiency as Cameron Longmore in 11th does the fastest lap of 49.832. That's 0.3 of a second faster than what they're lapping up the front at the moment. So quick lap time coming from Cameron Longmore, who had an incident early in the pre-final, which shuffled him right down the order, and he has had to come from pretty well toward the back of the field, in fact 13th, to try and get himself up. He's made up a few of those spots, but still has a fair way to go if he is to be part of the conversation for the podium this afternoon. As Josh Hart, he is closing in on the tail of our race leader, Michael McCulloch. I get the feeling that Hart might be mounting a challenge here as we come across the line with 8 laps to go. We are at the half race distance point here. Down to turn number 1 for Mojo they run. Hart closing in on the back of our race leader, our third place man. Is right there as well, Nicolau. They've pulled clear of Howard, who's got Morrissey behind him, followed by Jack Black, then Liam Ford, then Sirachi. Then it's Ben Jerzak, our championship leader in 9th, Longmore in 10th, Rogers, Cohen and Stock. That is the top 13 as they sit at the moment. Up toward the top part of the race circuit they come. Josh Hart holding a watching brief here. Nicolau going with them. Can the second group out there try and catch up to our race leader? Black goes for a move now into 5th, but that's immediately switched back and he loses a spot then to Liam Ford. So with Jack Black making up 1 spot, he's ended up losing 2. Morris is still in 5th spot. So through they work this magnificent 1,117 metre facility. McCulloch's lead 0.2 of a second. Nothing in it in terms of lap times. In fact, our third place man is the fastest out there by a couple of tenths of a second at the moment. And you can tell that Lee Nicolau was closed in to the rear of Josh Hart as they come down the front straight away. 6 laps left to go. Nicolau, can he get close enough to have a look at turn number 2? Longmore still the fastest driver out there. He's done another fastest lap of the race in 10th spot of 49.666 for Cameron Longmore. But watch out, here comes Lightning Lee. Lee Nicolau, he's all over the back of the Kiwi Josh Hart here. Hart can't afford to get into too much of a skirmish with Nicolau. With the top 2 in the championship further down the field, Hart is in the box seat here to do as much as he possibly can to get onto Team Australia for the World Championships in Brazil. Up through the Mojo turns they go. Nicolau all over the back of our second place man, Josh Hart. He's picked up the pace a little bit. All over our race leader, Michael McCulloch. McCulloch chasing his first ever Rotax Pro Tour victory as they come to the front straightaway. There's only 5 laps left to go. This is where it starts to get interesting, and you'll start to see the hands being shown. Everyone's held the cards pretty close to their chest at this point in time. Nicolau on the tail of Hart, who's on the tail of McCulloch. Who's going to be the one to jump first? Tyler Howard is in a comfortable 4th position now, in front of Morrissey and Liam Ford, who's put in a very solid job from 14th on the grid. This is a knock 'em down, drag 'em out battle in the final race of the season for the Rotax Pro Tour. DPE Kart Superstore Rotax Light here at Tough As Grand Finals Day at the Bend Motorsport Park Karting Stadium. Back around they come, McCulloch leading the way. Oh, Nicolau, he's dropped off the back here. Did he just have a bad couple of laps, or is there a problem with the 14 as Hart goes for the lead? New race leader, Joshua Hart, goes to the lead over Michael McCulloch. He's timed it beautifully. Has McCulloch got anything left in the tank of the Pacific Kart Sport number 88? He's won everything all weekend. And with 4 laps to go, Joshua Hart decides it is time to put the foot down and go. Nicolau under pressure now from Howard as they come streaming on through. Morrissey's caught up to the back, Ford's caught up to the back of that lot as well. Won't be long and Ford will be part of the conversation as they come around. 3 laps left to go now for your race leader. Down the front straight away goes Joshua Hart. This has been a masterful performance. This will be his 3rd round victory of the season if he can hang on. But Michael McCulloch, he wants to continue the perfect race weekend. He's won everything so far, including qualifying yesterday, McCulloch. So he wants to continue that streak here. He works his way through the right-hander, trailing the number 69, the Kiwi, the Praga. McCulloch's watching every single move that Hart makes. With a couple of laps to go, he'll have ingested as much data as possible to see where there might be an opportunity that presents itself to go through and get his first ever Rotax Pro Tour, Rotax Light Round win. Through the right-hander they go. Whatever happened to Lee Nicolau before, he seems to have recovered from it, and they're starting to close in on our race leaders. McCulloch goes for the move. Hart goes defensive with 2 laps to go. Around the outside goes McCulloch. Can he hold on to it? Hart's got it at the moment. McCulloch still there in 2nd spot. Nicolau holding on to 3rd because Howard was having a crack at him as well. Liam Ford, who started further back in the pack in 14th spot. He's there in position number 5. He'll be challenging for a podium soon enough as well as they go down through this fast right-hander, then into the tight left-hander, and then they open it back up again through the sweeper towards Mojo Turn they go. Still all to play for as they come around. There will only be 1 lap to go. We've got 5 karts in with a shot at winning this race here. Of course, Team Australia places up for grabs as well as they come to the start-finish line. It all comes down to this. 1 more lap to go here at the Bend. It's time to go to the next level as Hart goes very, very deep under brakes at turn 1. He's gone defensive. That's backed him up behind him. Nicolau, we know that he isn't shy. He will have a crack if it presents itself. He's all over the back of McCulloch now. What can McCulloch do about Joshua Hart up the front, the Kiwi veteran? He leads the way. He's been in this situation on so many occasions throughout his long and storied career. He's got half a lap left to go here at the Bend. What a finish to what's been a fantastic weekend. I think Hart's got it unless McCulloch can pull something fairly big over the next few corners. What about Nicolau in third? He's still there. Ford goes for a move for fourth. Oh, McCulloch around the outside. McCulloch goes right around the outside of Joshua Hart. Can you believe it? What a performance. What a drive. Left it until 2 corners to go. Goes right around the outside of the Kiwi veteran and gets the win by half a second. What an incredible finish here at the Bend Motorsport Park. Michael McCulloch takes the win. Josh Hart, he has to be content with second. Lee Nicolau, a tremendous drive in third spot. Tyler Howard home in fourth position. In fifth placing, after all of that, will be Liam Ford. We'll just wait to confirm those finishing positions when they come back up. It was McCulloch from Hart, Nicolau, Ford, Morrissey home in fifth spot.